So we were not able to block that. Ares is going to get eliminated, but the tag-in damage from Batgirl gets rid of Dawn of Justice Batman. You cannot plan that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another Injustice Gods Among Us video. And this video we're going to be doing Battle 55 in its entirety, a long time coming. So, in the first matchup we have Regime Wonder Woman, Dawn of Justice Superman, and Insurgency Batman. Cards are level 58 Elite X, challenge is Radiation, slowly losing health. Now if this is a 1% radiation, I don't see it really being a problem. And even still, we have Jessica Cruz with one of the deadliest combo enders in the game, except for possibly Flashpoint Deathstroke. So you can see, Jessica Cruz already at a bar, even though Wonder Woman is block spamming. Shield Toss hits for 14,000. Wonder Woman continuously block spamming might be a problem. There we go. Finally, we can hit a combo ender. We're going to fill right back up. So while they did nerf the power draining from Rasha Ghul Scimitar, they did not nerf the healing. We're gonna go off the Beware My Power and get rid of Batman. Superman with the Flying Punch blocked for about 22,000. Keep in mind this is unaugmented. We're gonna steal that power. And we're going to go off the Deadly Sin, do a little bit of damage to Superman. This will probably force him out back to Wonder Woman. But the significance of that move there is you have time to actually tag out before Wonder Woman starts block spamming you again. So we're going to combo again and heal right back up. Wonder Woman goes down. We're going to have to be getting the hang of this on Dawn of Justice Superman. That is enough to get rid of him for the victory in our opening contest. 16,406 XP, 1,680 credits. In the second matchup, we have Regime Aquaman, Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman, and Batgirl. Cards are still level 58 Elite X. Now in this fight, the opponents start with 1 bar of power, so we can punish them with Rebirth Raven and steal that power for ourselves. And we can use a special, that way we have time to get out, so basically, just take some damage off of Jessica Cruz. Not that it really matters too much. Aquaman is going to heal up, but there is the Kilowog. Aquaman at 2 bars, trying to toss blocked. Doesn't do that much bleed damage, so we can probably survive that. Aquaman almost eliminated. And we're going to go off the Beware My Power, Justice League Wonder Woman eliminated. So you got single Elite 7 level 50 characters can farm it. And we're going to go off the Deadly Sin on Batgirl as we steal all of her power. Even an unpromoted Rebirth Raven is still very dangerous because you can swap power, and by the time the super move goes up, you can just tag him right back out. Very dangerous combo. Batgirl takes a lot of damage there. Aquaman back in. We're going to steal his power because we can. Raven gets off the Empty Void on Aquaman, gets rid of him. And let's see how long this combo goes. We got the fast action from Wally West that does connect. So it is going to power drain Batgirl. That takes all of her power. So yes, the Rebirth team, even unpromoted, doing some work. Batgirl's going to get eliminated for the victory in the second fight. 16,432 XP, 1,700 credits. In the third matchup, we have Zatanna, Godfall Superman, and Insurgency Batman. Cards are still level 58 Elite X. So the opponents in this fight do not have a bar of power, so I suspect it to be a little bit easier. But you can treat it just like previous fights. Use Rebirth Raven to steal power from the opponents as necessary. Now, Zatanna is block spamming. That is going to work against her, though, because we're going to get to 3 bars before her. And we're going to got the Be Where My Power. Zatanna eliminated Jessica Cruz back to full health. So Godfall Superman in barely over a bar. Now the significance of that is we can power drain into a deadly sin, and again, we're taking advantage of Godfall Superman because of the combos from Jessica Cruz brought the power up enough to do that. It looks like he was still stunned during that. That's pretty cool. So Batman is in. Let's combo again. Now watch what we're doing again with Rebirth Raven. We're going to steal all that power. This time let's get off an empty void. You can see we're even messing around with unpromoted Rebirth characters and still doing a number on them. We're going off another fast action. This one is blocked. So I don't think it's going to power drain, or it's not going to be as extreme. But keep in mind, Godfall Superman comes in. We're going to steal his power and get off another deadly sin. Will that be enough to get rid of him? This is why Rebirth Raven, in my opinion, is a top 5 character, because if the opponent does not use LexCorp, you're just going to steamroll. We're going to go off another Be Where My Power, and that is total domination with only 1 Elite 7. $128,648 damage for the victory in the third fight. 16,458 XP, 1,720 credits. So now we're going to make a roster change. Let's go double Injustice. In honor of a gold green arrow upcoming in Injustice 2, let's throw in the lovely Arrow Green Arrow.
Aquaman.
So Justice 2 Aquaman, we're going to throw on double LexCorp on him. But we're also going to throw on the Heart of Darkness.
Aquaman.
So, as you guys know, I like to gear Injustice 2 Superman with damage gear, so we're going to do just that. We're going to throw on Prometheum Longsword, Knife Collection, Blade of the War God, and Arrow Green Arrow. We're just going to throw Ra's al Ghul Scimitar. It's not really a big deal, but in honor of Gold Green Arrow, we're definitely going to do it. So in the fourth matchup, we have Disabled, Super, and Special 2. So, we can't use the LexCorp effectively in this fight other than blocking. Going up against Aquaman, Flashpoint Aquaman, and Injustice 2 Aquaman. So this is a team of Aquamans. You can obviously make it work now, but obviously you want to use the Flashpoint synergy. Cards are level 59 Elite X. Aquaman has 141,000, but Injustice 2 has 158. So let's start off with Injustice 2 Superman. Keep in mind, special ones are still allowed to be used, so we can heal them up. We can also block the damage from the dots. So the Barrier Reef is going to reflect damage. I don't think it works on super moves. We can test that though. There's the Trident Toss, completely ignored. So that one's going to connect. We're going to get him out. Aquaman comes in. Trident Toss block for 1921. There is Injustice 2 Aquaman. Taking a decent amount of dot damage. Let's get off a Flying Punch just to heal up. And let's get off another one. And let's get off a third punch. So we're going to block that. Looks like super moves are blocked too, so we can only do special ones. Let's Power Drain. Even though it's blocked, it's still going to work. So Cephaloid Strike is going to do absolutely nothing. And that's where Injustice 2 Superman, in my opinion, is still one of the best cards in the game. So we take a little bit of reflect damage for there. Not a big deal. Aquaman comes in. Trident Toss, but we can reverse that right back to the opponent along with some burn. But look at Aquaman double reverse that. Aquaman goes down. That was huge. So Injustice 2 Aquaman reversed the dot and then double reversed it. We're going to punch out Flashpoint Aquaman. Reflect is not going to save him. Now we still have the barrier. We choose not to use it there. And Aquaman gets eliminated for the victory in the fourth fight, but that was some cool synergy with Injustice 2. Basically double swapping. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But you could see the damage got pretty intense really quick. 16,484 XP, 1,740 credits. So in the fifth matchup, we have Godfall, Superman, Flashpoint, Batman, and Shazam, who actually has more health, which is surprising. The cards are level 59 Elite X.
Begin.
So because of the Heart of Darkness, we're actually able to get to 2 bars faster. Keep in mind, Heart of Darkness is very flexible with the LexCorp because it will give you more damage on your special too. Also gives you more drain because of the LexCorp chestplate, and it frees up the Ibis stick to be used on a second person. And also, like the Ibis stick before it got fixed around patch 2.8 with the Suicide Squad update, the dot damage actually carried over to the next person. And you can see 3 layers of dots from the Heart of Darkness, the LexCorp helmet, and Aquaman's dot just ripping away at Flashpoint Aquaman. Or Flashpoint Batman. So we're going to get in Injustice 2 Superman. Roy and Stryker are going to do absolutely nothing. And we got the Kryptonian Smash. Shazam should be eliminated. Flashpoint Batman is in. There's a combo ender. We're just going to get off Green Arrow super move. That should be enough to get rid of him. $10,571 damage for the victory in the fifth fight. 16,510 XP, 1,760 credits. In the sixth matchup, we have Arkham Origins Batman, Injustice 2 Superman, and Zatanna. So we have 2 options here. We can either block, or we can get an Injustice 2 Superman and completely ignore it, which we're going to take option B. So I have a feeling we might need that for Zatanna's special too, and just rinse it right back on her. So the thing I like about Injustice 2 Aquaman is if you're going up against somebody with dots, it is a hard counter also to Arkham Knight Catwoman, and if the opponent tags out, then you're also going to see supplemental damage. So here we're going to get in Green Arrow. That's going to get blocked, but it's going to put him under 1 bar. That one also gets blocked, which really sucks. So now we're going to take the Trident Toss on Superman. That one is not blocked. So now we can get off the Oceanic Depths and heal Aquaman up. Even though it's blocked, it's still going to heal enough to fill him up. So now Injustice 2 Superman with the stay down, it is blocked. It's still going to do okay damage. And what did I tell you about Zatanna? Could we see some tarot card action? With a dot. Let's see it. I'm waiting for her to do the tarot card with the dot. I'm kind of curious. There's the Fire Kiss. So that's dot damage, but that's going to get rinsed right back to her. Explosive Battering block. That's not going to do much. Let's just get rid of Batman. The Flying Punch gets blocked for about 6,000. At this point, we can just save up for a super move. Superman can punch, and it's going to do absolutely nothing. We're going to go off the Kryptonian Smash and get rid of him. So now we have another chance to see if Zatanna will actually do her tarot card or not. No, opts for a Fire Kiss. So we're going to give it right back to her. And you want to do it again? We're going to do it again. Finally, Green Arrow with the Canary's Kiss. That is going to be enough to wipe out Zatanna for the victory in the sixth fight. How about that epic Green Arrow gameplay, ladies and gentlemen? 16,536 XP, 1,780 credits. But to be fair, he did knock 2 people out. So next up, we're going to go with Batgirl, Ares. And we're going to get in Arkham Knight Batman, one of my favorites. But let's throw in Ares first.
Ares.
So there is some interaction also with the Heart of Darkness. There's also interaction with the Ibistic. But there's also interaction with Ra's al Ghul's Scimitar. Now, obviously, the optimal scenario is use the Blade of War God, Heart of Darkness, and the Ibistic and just do massive damage. However, you have to wait for a bar of power to do that. The problem with that is it does take some damage off of Arkham Knight Batman. However, you can make that up with a couple other tools. So, in this scenario, you could use LexCorp Gauntlets to gain crit. You could also use Clark Kent's Glasses to gain crit. Batman has a personal gear item if you have augments that will actually give crit damage. And you can also use the Cloak of Destiny. Those are all good damage uses. And Batgirl we're going to gear up as well. We are going to use the Cloak of Destiny, the Nanocarbon Mask, and let's use Clark Kent's Glasses just because we can. So in the 7th matchup we have Justice League Wonder Woman, Arkham Knight Batgirl, and Regime Flash, who is a Silver Level 60 Elite X with 33,000 damage and 142,000 health. Hardly a boss since the damage is so weak. Cards gain a level to 60 Elite X.
Begin.
Alright, so let's get into Arkham Knight Batman. Now let's just start whittling these guys down. We still have the League of Assassins Death Knives, and you can see the crits are kind of changing the damage. And look at that, even level 60 Elite Axes cannot survive the battering for too long. That's just massive damage. So Batgirl is in and stunned, and gets skulls. Ares is at 2 bars, so we're going to go off the Godsmack, get rid of Batgirl, and you can see, once again, the Heart of Darkness dot carrying over. So, Batgirl's at 2 bars. We're going to go off the Art of Deception. First one is blocked. How will he take the second one? And even blocked is still going to get rid of him, but that should be a good 100,000 damage just about. Except we didn't crit for the victory in the 7th fight. 24,843 XP, 1,800 credits. In the 8th matchup, we have Challenge, Countdown, Disabled, Super, and Special 2. Once again, forcing you to use level 1 moves. Going up against Dawn of Justice Batman, Dawn of Justice Superman, and Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman. The hard part about this is the fact that Dawn of Justice Batman actually can block out specials entirely. And since you can't use super moves, that does limit your options. So we're just going to throw full damage gear on Ares. I know I have let's use a knife collection. So we're going to go full damage on Ares. So Dawn of Justice Superman is 187,000 health. So we just have to chip down Dawn of Justice Batman quickly. 3 minutes to complete the fight is very reasonable. But you don't want to get into a fist fight using special ones on Dawn of Justice Batman. So we're going to take some decent damage on Ares. Let's get him out. And let's get ready for the next person to come in, which is imminent. There it is. Wonder Woman is in. So we're going to basically area damage the rest of Dawn of Justice Batman's health out. And because of the LexCorp Gauntlets, we gain crit chance. Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman gets eliminated. And it looks like he still has some health. Let's get in Ares. The skulls prevent him from blocking. That was a weird interaction. The first shot got blocked, but then the other shot came in and dismantled it. So we were not able to block that. Ares is going to get eliminated, but the tag-in damage from Batgirl gets rid of Dawn of Justice Batman. You cannot plan that. Not at all. And we're not going to raid Injustice. 19,905 XP, 15,640 credits. So if you like this video on the complete Battle 55 with a lot of interesting mechanics and drama, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other Injustice Gods Among Us videos playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono, and Battle 56 will be up a lot sooner than the difference between 54 and 55. Have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!